Hello everybody, it's Karen from Dark Moon Emporium here, and in today's video I've been using up scraps to get my electrical spaghetti under control. Like many people, I've got a drawer full of charging cables and power packs for all my various devices, and it's a real pain to keep them under control. So when I came across a pattern for cord tidies, I immediately wanted to make some. And why would I use scissors to cut them out when I've got a laser? I had scraps left over from my denim trinkets project that I wanted to use up. So I thought the denim on its own was a little bit light, even when it was backed with stabilizing fabric. But I also had some scraps of self-adhesive felt. So I stuck the felt onto the back of the denim, and after that I could set up the laser. I'm working on the F1 canvas today, and I'm going to begin by creating a rectangle. And for the time being, I'm going to set it to engrave so that I can see it more clearly. And I'm going to unlock the aspect ratio, and I'm going to make it 85 millimeters wide by 35 millimeters high. And this, of course, you can adjust the dimensions to ever what suits you, just so long as it's going to be long enough to wrap around the cords that you want to wrap, and to allow enough room at the ends for the snap fastener. And I'm going to give it a corner radius of 10 millimeters, and I think that looks pretty nice. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little circle, and I'm holding down the shift keys as I drag my mouse across the screen there. I'm going to move this to a different layer just for clarity, and again I'm going to set it to engrave. I will set everything back to cut before I actually send it to the machine. This just makes it a lot easier to see. Select both by dragging across them, and I'm just going to hit vertical align center, and I think that looks about the right place because I want room for the head of my popper, which is going to be about it's about a centimeter or 10 millimeters. I could probably go a little bit more that way, so I'm just holding down my arrow keys. I think that looks about right. Okay, so select everything again, and I'm going to just hit subtract, and that creates a hole. Okay, so that's kind of one half of my cord keeper done, but I want to match this hole at that end. So there's probably other ways of doing this, but this is how it works for me. I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm going to move it to a different layer just so I can see what's what, and I'm going to flip that horizontally, and I'm going to bring those two together, select everything, and that's not the one I want that one, align center. Everything's selected, and I am going to hit United Overlap. And there we go, that is my cord keeper ready to be sent to the machine just as soon as I change that parameters back to cut. And I'm going to use a pre-selected one that I've created before, which I've used for cutting 6mm EVA foam, and I found works pretty well on fabric. So if you're interested, the power is 80%, the speed is 20 millimeters per second, and it's one pass. my shapes are cut out. I actually cut a few extra, and I made them slightly longer than the original, same width, but I added an extra 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter to the width, this dimension. And now I need to put the snaps on. So these are the box of snaps that I have. Got it from Amazon. I'll put a link down below so I remember. And it came with this setting tool, and for each cord keeper I need 4 pieces. So let's start with 1, and I need these 4 pieces. So these 2 bits are the same. They are pointy bits. Okay, they have they look like a little sombrero with a pointy tip. And you need an innie piece. Not sure how clearly you can see that. And you need an outie piece. Okay, and it's important to know that these are not the same, okay? Because when I first got it, I was trying to put my outie piece into, I was trying to use 2 of these and put that bit inside that bit, and it didn't work. Now, depending on your fabric, you may need, let me refresh my screen because I'm on battery. You may need to adjust the size of this a little bit, and all you have to do is just trim off that little pointy bit on the end. But this fabric I have already tried with this set, and I found that it's actually quite thick, so I can leave the pointy bit intact. So I'm just going to pick one of my pointy ones, and in this case it's the innie bit. I've got the female piece, and I'm just going to slide that into the pliers. Okay, so the cap is in the little cup at the bottom, and what I'm going to do is squish, and I'm going to give it a really good squish, because what I'm doing is I'm squashing down that pointy bit so that it fits into the hole at the bottom. Okay, so when I've done that, turn it round. Same thing on the other side. And squish that out of the way. You can see I'm getting a really, really good squish in there. And there are my fasteners. And then it pops together and snaps apart. And then all I have to do is take my wire. I'll show you on this one. So here's my wire, in a mess as usual. And I'm just going to wrap it around my hand. And just finish up with my cord keeper, and there it is, nice and tidy. And here are some of my cables and power packs, nicely kept under control. Now, I made these with the scraps I had on hand, which made them very inexpensive, and they would be great made out of any kind of fabric that's not prone to fraying and is safe to use in your laser. So something like felt would be really good, or also something like a leather-safe leatherette. They are very, very useful, quick and easy to make, and I think they would make nice little gifts. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do click the thumbs up button below. And if you really enjoyed it and would like to see more, then please do click on the subscribe button. It's free for you, but it really does help my channel. For now though, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye bye.